Hello there, welcome to another video here on this Esoteric Circle YouTube channel. It's the first week in December 2022 here in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. A little brisk morning here, some ice on the river, but it's quite pleasant out, so thought we'd come down here and hang out with you here at the river for a Sunday morning little chat between the two of us. So talking about you and me, and Wanda as well. But anyway, it's great having you here with me. This is it's a great day to be alive, and it's a great day to have you here on earth. You're important to this world, remember that. Blessings to you wherever you are at on your journey. Wherever you are at on your journey today, blessings to you. It's great having you here with us, and just wanted to reiterate some of the things that we've been going over right now on our Discord channel. We started a study of Robin Amos's A Different Christianity. And Robin once said to me as I was exiting that second retreat back in 2005 that I went to over in Devonshire, he said, you have to have a mind of your own before you can give it to God. You have to have a mind of your own before you give it to God. In other words, you have to have your act together. You have to be independent. You have to know how to think for yourself. You have to have a magnetic center developed. You have to have independence of thought before you can have anything to present to God. There has to be a purification process. And you have to have some evolution going on. You have to be in the purification process, because it's okay to be awakened. You know, like in the 12 steps, you know, when someone gets clean and sober and they're all excited and they're just so excited about their recovery, and they want everyone to do it with them, and they don't understand why no one else is doing this, and they're starting to judge people, and then they put all these expectations on people. This awakening gets bogged down by this general law that just crushes them, because they expect everyone to get on board. And when what they really need to be doing is they need to start working their steps, first, second, and third, but mainly that fourth step and that fifth step, where you take a moral inventory, you know. And you see it so much, and even in Christianity, you know, with these expectations are premeditated resentments, aren't they? You just have to do you. You just have to work on yourself. You have to have a mind of your own before you can give it to God. You have to work at this. And some of you think, oh, I got this, and I'm already moving on to, you know, the illumination stage, or, you know, we can get arrogant. We have to keep going back to this idea that we have to continuously have a mind of our own. That's why I'm so skeptical of getting bogged down in conspiracy theories, because I think it's almost like having someone else think for you. The internet thinking for you, or whomever thinking for you. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. This idea of expectations are premeditated resentments is deep. What part of your life and your recovery, if you're an addict, or your awakening stage, how much of it gets bogged down in just expecting people to pat you on your back, or tell you you're smart, or holy, or funny, or you got this, or you expect reactions from the world. And when you don't get those reactions, whether it's from relationships with men or women, whether you have expectations on relationships with your family, we have all these expectations, and then when those don't get reached, we just say, you know what, forget this. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to relapse, or I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to, who cares, this isn't working, because you're not getting it. And you find out that all of this spiritual journey stuff was just a big ego trip, and it means nothing. We're after higher consciousness here. We're after higher consciousness. We're after moving higher than where we were before. We're not just here to feed this ego that says, look at me. We're here to achieve higher consciousness. As Charles Ashton said, if we don't achieve higher consciousness, then we're just another crawling creature on this earth. We're just ants, we're just insects if we don't achieve higher consciousness. We're after that illumination stage. We're after theosis. We're after being transformed into a Christ-like being. Not a prototype of Christ, not another version of Christ. We're after a Christ-like being. That's it. We're after our essence. We're after the core. We're after this. We're after this reunion with God. Because that's what religion means. Religion means relinking with God. Relinking with God. And if we're bogged down in expectations, if we're just bogged down in expectations, you're going to lose it. You have to have a mind of your own before you can give it to God. You have to allow your true self to come through and discard all these multiple selves that you have. Because at the end of the day, if we don't work at this, we're just putting different masks on all the time. We're different selves. We're eyes. As Christ said, I am legion. No, he didn't say that, but the demoniac, the Gerasene demoniac says, I am legion. Christ says, what's your name? I am many. I am many. You are many. I'm tired of that. You have to have a mind of your own before you can give it to God. That says volumes about salvation. We're not going to go anywhere unless you have independence of thought and you have a sense of being able to think for yourself and not be influenced by social media, by friends, by family, by a divorce, by being fired, by an addiction, by anything. You have a mind of your own and you begin to stand up as a man, as a woman, as a human being. And you're independent and you are a mature human being who is evolving and saying, I'm going to rise above my animal nature. That's what we're after. We have to rise above who we were yesterday. That is the message. That is the message of the cross. To let that old self die, those old selves die. Constantly getting up on that cross and allowing that purification stage to take place. And allowing that karmic burden to take place. Getting rid of that karmic burden. Shedding your life of all this past that you have. That's what this is about. You have to have a mind of your own before you can give it to God. And this all starts with meditation. That's what it did. That's what it did for me. Meditation opened my whole life to this higher consciousness. But it takes work. This journey takes great effort. It's not instant. It takes great effort.